We know using the English language, which is convoluted. It's not silent running. So I use basic logic, right? Basic water logic. Fire and water. Joined as one, fire and ice. The exact center point of our heart, right? To experience perfect atmospheric balance. And so the reason that I'm doing this is because I get recent comments and because we're in an online format. So I know this. I know that I've shared this before. Okay. The platform that we use to communicate back and forth with each other mathematically, holographically, does not have the ability to translate the essence of your spirit when you communicate in hypertext with me, with each other. So I don't really know you. So you can put, the digital format of, hey, this is who I am, with big caps or however you choose to identify yourself using the letters and numbers, right? And then that's the identity that is communicating with us. And then they post hypertext. Okay, so that's a keyboard. Somebody's communicating to me as a digital keyboard. Okay, so, but I don't really know who you are because I know how the system operates, what it can do. I know its capabilities very well. It's my job to know that. Okay, so I know what a system breaker is, which is a circuit breaker. And what does that do? We know what nuclear decay is, right? What a magnetosphere is for. What is the purpose and function of a magnetosphere? Okay. So what happens is that when I have comments, now it's like the ball's in my court. Do I want to respond or not respond? And how much of my energy, as it relates to a crystal pink wave speed, the cellular speed. So you realize, right, that if you want to increase the power output of your light bulb, your star power, that is your electrical power. So less is more. And that is the beauty and genius of the cosmos, of a cosmic mind, a cosmic creative mind, the eternal breath of Kamaluati. So what happens is that when it comes to codes, the holographic codes, the text, there can be mistranslations as it relates to what? DNA codings. The recovery of codes. The original template. To experience no nuclear decay. As a result of what? Feeding a vampire that fell from honor. So we honor the eternal sun, an eternal core, a core processing unit, cells that process codes, frequency, the transharmonic, the unity wave, to experience being one with all the other cells that are experiencing being one, which are experiencing being loved. So I know, because I've experienced what I've learned through that experience, they live in fear of showing love towards others in their own mirror. So what happens to that mirror? We know what a black mirror is. The sucking sound. The sound synthesizer. Yeah. And so what I do is just answer the truth. I am what love is. I love you. I will always love you, no matter what you say. And so you realize how people end up, because I've experienced this, arguing over words. What do you really mean by what you're really saying? Silent running, golden fire. Silence is golden. I can receive a silent transmission, a light transmission. I'm experiencing eternal light transmission. So I share that transmission with all of you. So I knew as a child, keep this simple. What I used to say, universal application. The universal application of a universal language. Okay, which means my antenna is picking up the transmission. I'm experiencing a love frequency. Wow, that cell is experiencing love. And I'm experiencing love in my cell. Wow, you love me. Yes, of course, because I love me. So if I love me, I love you, because then you're going to experience that signal. Because that's what DNA is. It's a signaling post. Post the message. Post the signal. Transmit the signal. That's what neurons do, yeah? So I'm booming out scalar waves. Right? Because we're increasing what I call a power run-up. You know what it means to run the power up? That's called recovery. Recovering our power. Recovering our planetary power, which is what love is. That's what the law is, which is mathematical law. Law of spheres, the law of balance, which is the law of equally sharing. So we're all equally sharing what it is that we are, which is what love is. So now we're all experiencing being loved. And that's what the law is, because that's what we are. That's the best I can do in English language. Just keep it simple. You know, minus I to the I. The issues of polarity. Oh, no polarity. No mass. No density. No dimension. No pressure. The still point of a true vacuum. The core CPU, you know, a central processing unit. Cells that love to process energy. Consciousness that is energy. Consciousness is communicating what it's experiencing by what it's feeling. What am I feeling? I'm feeling what love is. So love is a feeling. So this platform does not have the ability to translate feelings. What we feel. So all it is text in my face. I'm just processing holographically the mathematical text, the format. Format, like 4 square crystal, the formatting codes of the text, the hypertext. That's it. I'm just processing text. Okay. But can I feel through this platform how deeply you feel? How deeply you feel in your own heart? How much love you're experiencing in your own heart? So that every one of your cells are experiencing being loved? And then what you're experiencing, when you experience that at the exact moment, at the completion of a magnetic moment, because you're experiencing the core CPU, and you're going to translate that in your feelings, what you're feeling through your heart, and that I can feel that in my heart through that platform, that's not going to happen. It's a dead platform. Okay. You know what a machine is? All these movies were all coded. Right? Coded, as in codes, as in frequency. Translating the codes. Right? The programming codes. Holographic programming codes. What we're held captive to by those codes that do not serve us. And how do we know that they do not serve us? Because we're not experiencing being served. As in a server. Love and service to others. So they live in fear of being in service to others. Freely gifting electrons. Right? Remember, I don't hold on to one electron. What does that do? That decreases your power output. You want to experience more light? Then you want to give away more electrons. The more you're gifting electrons, the greater the power output. Right? So you know the CPU, the core CPU, the true source of all electrical power, does not hold on to itself. It is constantly emitting like a transmitter. So we all have plenty of juice, so we're not experiencing any decay. So we're all experiencing being loved equally. And that is equal balance, which is equal sharing. So we're all being equally loved by an eternal waveform, a crystal waveform. So that's what I experience in my heart. So I keep it simple, the exact center point of my heart. Experiencing the exact center point of a core CPU. Right? Breathing right on time. So I'm not breathing any shadow body miasma. That's called clearing the field. It's like clearing my breath. Right? So I'm not experiencing dirty electricity. Right? That are radioactive weapons being targeted. Right? So that's what happens. So when you're experiencing pure, eternal, absolute love, and I know this because of what I experienced all my life, to maintain what it is that I know that I am, is to always maintain my power output, which is my shield, which is a guardian shield. We're the guardian security teams here. That's the truth of it. Because all life is sacred under the first eternal crystal waveform. Because that's what I experienced in me, I share with you. Yeah, so I keep it simple, you know. And so you see how this works when you're online. You know, if somebody communicates back to you in a holographic text, the reaction state. What do we feel when somebody communicates to us in a holographic textual format? Did it feel good? The feel-good codes? Translating the codes, did it feel good to experience that transmission, that holographic transmission, and those codes that you see in your mirror? Do those codes feel good? Okay. Are you feeling good? Feeling better? Feeling stronger? Feeling more powerful? And yet humble? Because it is always an honor to serve. It is an eternal blessing in my heart to be in service to all creation, which is all life that is sacred. Wherever life is, we are. That's what love is. That's an eternal engine, which is an eternal CPU, eternal spirit, a pure, eternal, absolute love. That's the one I serve, the core CPU. The eternal power unit, the power supply. You can't ever shut that engine off. See? And now we're back to expecting a different result, right? Trying to attack an eternal sun. Unse. Yeah. Have a beautiful day.